Hello from Computex in 2024 in Taiwan. I am Nitin Dahad reporting on day 3 of the show here in Taipei. And I think one of the things that's struck me, and I think I'm on a booth where they're doing things like smart manufacturing, smart medical, smart transportation. And over the last couple of days, I've met a lot of people doing various smart things. And for example, met a company doing drone solar cleaning in Jordan, industrial IoT in Nagpur in Maharashtra in India. And then, I've seen things like displays as well, massive see-through touchscreen displays with 55-inch interactive OLED displays and AI avatar assistants, so you can have them in, say, hotel receptions or in retail environments. But also I've seen some interesting technologies like bone conduction microphones. I mean, we've seen bone conduction speakers, but not microphones. And that's a startup doing some stuff here. And also, software AI tracking for AR applications, and a very interesting Silicon Valley-based startup as well, which is doing very interesting optics technology, doing AR lenses and AR tracking glasses. This is actually doing novel technology. A favorite one of mine, and it just shows what anybody can do with the current sort of wave of AI, and that's a company called Homey.ai, and I think it was a 20 or 26-year-old who started the company using Omniverse type environment, and I think they are doing something with NVIDIA to actually create a sort of digital twin of your room or any sort of area like in industrial areas or factories, and then equip it with furniture from retail manufacturers. That's really connecting the dots. But I think one of the companies that I saw last year at Computex was Frore Systems, and they were pretty early stage, but they've just got $80 million funding, and I spoke to the CEO and founder, Sesh, to explain his technology and what he's going to be doing with the funding. Well, hello. I'm talking today to Seshu, who's founder and CEO of Frore Systems. Now, met them with Computex last year, and they're fairly early stage, but I think they've moved on since, and you've raised $80 million just now. Seshu, tell us a little bit about where you've got in the last few weeks.
Well, really happy to have you back here visiting us. As you said, we met last Computex. That was our first Computex. Now we are back, stronger than ever. You're right, we raised $80 million of Series C funding, and we are also announcing a lot of customers who are using our technology in their products at this show. Our product is the AirJet active cooling chip. It is the world's first solid-state active cooling chip, and it's only 2.5 millimeters thick, so it fits into the thinnest of thinnest compute platforms and delivers a huge boost in performance. All right. Here we have a demonstration.
Before we go into that, I was just, so for our viewers, I think we haven't covered Frore before, so I think the key is you're using MEMS technology for cooling. It's not any, you need to explain that.
So the AirJet Mini is our first product. It's a solid-state active cooling chip. It's only 2.5 millimeters in thickness, and it uses MEMS technology. We have vibrating membranes inside the chip, and as they vibrate, they create a huge suction force. And that suction force pulls air into the chip through the vents that we have on top. And that air is used to remove heat. And the hot air exits sideways through the side of the chip. So it's all-in-one device that is both a heat sink as well as an air-moving device. And so you place this on any hot surface, and it'll cool the surface.
And so each of these chips delivers an equivalent of 5 watts of cooling.
That's correct. It delivers 5 watts of cooling while consuming 1 watt of power.
Okay.
It's an active cooling device, so it does consume power about 1 watt per chip. But you can use multiple chips to get higher thermal performance. So here we have an example of a MacBook Air. Yep. The MacBook Air is the thinnest laptop, and it's famously fanless. Because it's so thin, there's no room for a fan. But that comes at a compromise on performance. The M2 processor in this MacBook Air actually needs 20 watts to deliver full performance. But the MacBook Air, because it's fanless, can only dissipate about 12 watts of heat. So the processor throttles down to 12 watts.
Yeah.
Even though it's a 20-watt chip, you're only getting 12 watts performance. So you're losing 40% of the performance.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've taken the same MacBook Air, same ultra-thin device, and rigged it up with 3 AirJet minis inside it. And by putting 3 AirJet minis inside it, you're able to get full 20 watts. So we got a 40% boost in performance of the MacBook Air in the thinnest laptop in the world by just adding AirJets to it. So that illustrates the performance of our product.
And is that in the MacBooks now?
Well, at least it's in this one.
Okay, and so now you've got, I think you've announced 3 customers since we last met. Well, actually, one of them was already announced, Zotac. Tell us quickly about the 3 products, and then I think you've got one which you want to show us.
Certainly. So Zotac is a B2B mini PC that is fanless, and by putting 2 AirJet minis, they've been able to boost performance by about 2.5 times. And so we have a demo going up there that illustrates the performance of the Zotac mini PC with AirJet. We also announced 2 other products. We have an industrial PC here that's used in oil and gas industry. And because it's a very rough environment, the device has to be waterproof and dustproof. So one of the advantages we have for this chip is the suction force it creates is so powerful that we can actually pull air into even a dustproof and waterproof enclosure. So you can have a tiny vent on the enclosure, but you can cover the enclosure with dustproof material. And despite having a closed, sealed enclosure, we're still able to pull air into that because of the high back pressure that this chip has. So that's, as a result, we are actually breaking into a lot of new markets that had never been possible for an active cooling solution before.
Industrial enclosures and that kind of stuff, I guess.
That's correct. Yeah. That's correct. So we also have a lot of IoT products here that we are demonstrating. One of our customers is Smart Cow. They are making AI IoT edge gateways using NVIDIA Jetson chip. Yep. And so we are a perfect complement to the NVIDIA Jetson chip. And in order to be able to make it really easy for IoT customers, we have created what we call the AirJet Pack, which is a plug-and-play cartridge solution that has 5 AirJet minis inside it, as well as the drive system and the firmware that is used to drive the chips. So this cartridge is a plug-and-play. So it operates autonomously. So all you have to do is bolt it on top of the Jetson Orin processor, and you have a ultra-thin, silent, dustproof, waterproof edge gateway that can be used in outdoor applications like smart cities applications, for example.
Has NVIDIA seen this?
Certainly, they are a very, very big supporter of our product, of our company. Okay. We have a very strong collaboration with NVIDIA.
And so now, coming to the business, you've got funding now, $80 million. What's the plan? What are you going to do with that?
We are going to expand our market presence. We're going to expand our manufacturing capacity. And we're going to bring more and more new and innovative products like the AirJet Pack. We're also working on our next generation products because one of our key missions, because we're using semiconductor technology for creating a thermal solution, we have the ability to improve the performance of our chip rapidly. So our vision is what we call the Frore's law, which is we're going to
double the amount of power you can save.
No, double the amount of heat you can remove per chip every 2 years.
Okay.
So we have a very ambitious goal, and so we're going to use this money to increase our R&D spend in order to be able to make Frore's law a reality.
So 10 watts per chip by 2026.
That's exactly what it means. Yes, thank you.
Well, Seshu, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
That brings us to the end. This is my last transmission from Computex 2024, and I'll see you at the next one. I hope you've enjoyed this series of daily roundups. Thank you.